Back to Black Site tonight. We have LeBron James being accused of faking an injury after the T-Wolves loss and partying that same night to 4 a.m. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. LeBron James, it seems like, is falling out with the media. He has been accused of faking an injury. You know, his biggest hater, Skip Bayless, came out and said, yeah, you know LeBron faked the injury. Him and Rich Paul came up with another injury to basically have an excuse to the 5-game series loss to the Timberwolves. But what happened is that people saw him out that same night with that same injury, partying to 4 a.m. Does that look like a guy who really cares if he wins or loses? Yes, LeBron James may be a top 5 player. He may be top 2 player. But when he's at 22 years in the game and you're a Laker, fans want to know that you really care, that you really went home and took in that loss like a Kobe Bryant, Kareem, Magic, Byron Scott, James Worthy, all the great legends. Or it's just you about getting stats at the end of your career, about your son being on the team, and how much money you can make until you retire. And a lot of people, especially online, on Twitter right now, and on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, is flaming LeBron James. Like, some people will say, can he party? Yeah, he can party. You know, ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know he can party. But was that the right time to party, especially when you just told us you had a sprained MCL? Was that just another LeBron excuse? Where is the media at? You know, the media is starting to get tired of LeBron. He's at the end of his career. They don't have to bow down to him no more. And now you're going to see LeBron being exposed more and more by the media. And this loss basically ends any thought of him being the GOAT. You know, going into this series, everybody basically picked the Lakers to beat the T-Wolves. But the T-Wolves destroyed them in 5. So what is LeBron's excuse? It's an injury. We have heard this a multitude of times. It's an injury. It's the coach. It's the players. It's the GM. It's the coach. It's everybody except one LeBron James. When Michael Jordan played, he took all. When people criticized him from the losses to Boston, Detroit, and whoever else. He took all the criticism, came back, and won 6 championships in a row, not including the 2 years that Houston won. But this guy right here seems to be more about LeBron than he is about the team, more about the LeBron brand than the team. He's basically looking forward to a career after basketball. Him, Rich Paul, and Maverick Carter. So right now, this is an embarrassment for him. You know, he came out, did an interview, talked about the loss to the team. That's LeBron trying to cover for everything. But see, those who gave him the power, those who gave him the spotlight, seems like they are starting to wean on him, and they're looking for somebody else to place in his position. Yes, LeBron might play one more year, and he's going to ask the Lakers to add more talent. You know, that's how that's going to end. You know how this is going to go. And basically, is he going to blame Rob Pelinka? You see how they were blaming their new superstar because they didn't feel he played good enough defense. You knew that was coming because you can't blame LeBron. Not if you want access to him. You see how he flamethrowed Stephen A. Smith, so everybody else is on pins and needles when it comes to LeBron James. But people like Skip Bayless, who basically came out and dropped that bomb on him and basically said, hey, we know this is an excuse. We know how this goes. We know there's tons of excuses when it comes to this guy. But Laker fans are going to be extremely angry knowing that that man was out there partying, while Lakers fans were in anguish. They expect their superstars to take the loss hard, but he didn't. Now everybody's going to say, well, give him a break. We know the LeBron maniacs is going to say, well, he deserves a break. After a loss like that, after humiliating, you got Anthony Edwards taking laps around the Staples Center. Come on, man. We got to do better than that. But this is the LeBron, what I call the narcissistic LeBron that you have seen over the last few years, who think he really is a king. Yes, he's a king when it comes to basketball and whatever, but this cat really do think he's the GOAT. And that is lost. There's only one GOAT. It's Michael Jordan. And I think that you will see this man explode even more, just like he did on Stephen A. Smith and on other people, because they're not giving him what he wants. This failed world tour that he wanted to be was about the GOAT. LeBron James is leaving basketball. But it seems like it's a unanimous decision that everybody, damn near 80 to 90% believe is Michael Jordan, because we have seen over the last 22 years this man barely come through in the finals. If it wasn't because of D Wade, if it wasn't because that fourth title, which was the break title because of COVID, he wouldn't have got that title. Ray Allen, it's a whole bunch of things that came into him just getting 4 titles in 22 years. And now it seems like he gonna have to step aside, because those in power is not gonna cover for him no more. They're not gonna do it. They don't need him anymore. If he wants to buy a team, go into basketball, go into movies, that's fine. But his NBA career right now is almost over. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. I want to thank you for listening to Black Sight. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.